All right, all right. Hallelujah. Bashima Mashiach. Yahweh Shai. Praise Yahweh, God, in the name of the anointed Yahweh Shai, his one and only begotten Son. Many of you ignorantly still call him Jesus Christ, and I bid you good fortunes that you stop doing that. He is not named Jesus. Now, listen. This is serious business. All right. I know many of you throughout Israel have heard of this guy, this camp, I guess you call it, Sakari. All right. And known to be a bastard. You understand? Out of his own admissions. Says his mother is a so-called white woman, a devil. You understand? And this guy, being a bastard, knowing the scriptures as well as he knows them, you have to ask yourself, how in the hell is he standing before this congregation, daring to teach the word of the Most High? You are not to be teaching the word of the Most High. You've got to be smart enough to know that, well versed enough to know that. So check it out. The name of the lesson, Sakari, quote unquote, high priest. That's what he calls himself. Blasphemes God to justify being a bastard. My message, recuse yourself. Recuse yourself as an authoritative figure among Israel to teach this word. You understand? Now, let us get into it. And listen, for anybody out there who got personal feelings, because you are attached to this guy by way of your personal feelings, get out your personal feelings. That ain't got a goddamn thing to do with this. And let me say this. If I found out tomorrow, today, tonight, that I myself were a bastard because I got into my the history of my family and found out, I would recuse myself before the entirety of the congregation and serve at least as an example of righteousness. And that's what I'm saying to you, Mr. Sakari. Recuse yourself. Now check this out. Many brothers have said that they have attempted to get at this man about this issue. Okay? And all of them said they were unsuccessful in doing so. Said that he would not reply to them. Well, I happen to be on a family member's email, and I hit him up because I was watching one of his videos from that email. And he hit back finally, like 2 weeks later. And this is how the conversation went. And you can check this out by going to my video. I'll tell you at the end of this. I'm going to look it up and see which video of mine that you can find it on. Because you may think Radawa is lying. I ain't lying. I don't lie. You understand? Now let me show it to you. What is that? You see this man right here? You can't see the text, but you see this guy right here. You understand? For all of you all who have any doubts, I tell no lies. Okay? I spent my whole life being a goddamn liar. When I came into the truth, that was it. No more. No more deceiving my people. And that's what this man is doing. Deceiving Israel. And you out there that follow this man, you are either going to stop following him because you know the righteousness of the Most High God, or you are going to continue. And by virtue, you take on the sin yourself because you know the truth and you insist on saying the hell with the Most High God of Israel. Now, I hit him up. I asked him about, hey, you're a bastard. So what's the deal with you teaching? Are you supposed to be teaching? I placed it to him as a question, as I so remember. Now, This is his reply some couple of weeks later. That's been addressed several times. Just look up Sakari Mamzer. Now listen to this good. Listen to this well. He says, if you believe, listen to this well. He says, if you believe a bastard someone is mixed, you have kings, priests, and most importantly, your Messiah. He says your Messiah, not our. I'm not going into anything. You be the judge. He says, and most importantly, your Messiah is a mamzer, a bastard as well. Whoa! Is it just me? Or is this the most outrageous blasphemy you have ever heard? I want to know. I want the comment board on this shit to light up. You see? I want to hear what Israel has to say. Because listen, I'm going to get down to a series of things in over these next weeks. They got to be addressed. Not that I haven't been addressing already. And like I said, I want to get away from this and get to the teaching of what needs to be done to enter the kingdom of heaven. Okay? And yeah, I've been chipping away at it. And we've been working together, Israel. But we've got to work harder. How can we sit here and have confidence in that we have anything other than fire coming to our ass? You see? Go harder. Now, we got to get the cancer out of Israel. I don't care if it's the non-messianic some of bitches, if it's guys like this, known, admitting bastards, or any other types of cancer out of Israel. This is a must. And you understand? We have got to understand that so-called white man is Satan. So saith the Lord. You understand? And we have got to understand that so-called white man is our enemy. And be done with that whole Esau, is he Esau debate. Everybody brings out different information. The debate goes on, rages on, and we get nowhere. Him being our enemy and being Satan is all you need. You understand? Now let me understand this. What do you think about what was just said by this guy Sakari? Let me read it again. That's been addressed several times, he says. Just look up Sakari Mamzer. If you believe a bastard someone is mixed, you have kings, priests, and most importantly, your Messiah is a bastard as well. I'm waiting to hear what the deal is. Now, let me show you something. That plays directly into the notion that Hamashiach Yahushua the Christ, you call him Jesus, is of a man's seed, Joseph. So now this man, Sakari, just said that the Messiah, Hamashiach, is a bastard. That plays right into the notion that he does not accept the word of this book, which never says, never. And that's what I was addressing with him about Hamashiach not being the son of Joseph, I guess. I'll go into what I replied to him with. Now, see, this is how diseased that thought process is. Crack pipe logic. I always speak of. Either the book says something or it does not. You understand? Simple, plain, ain't nothing else to it. If it ain't in this book, it's a lie. Okay? The book is the truth. So saith the Lord. Okay? So now, let's go over that one more time. This is the diseased process, okay, mindset of saying Yahushua is born that Yahushua's father is an earthly, fleshly father named Joseph. You see, now he doesn't subscribe to that notion. He says Joseph is the father. That's what he's been known to say. Joseph is the father, biological father of Hamashiach Yahushua. Now the nigga saying he a bastard. You see how all this plays in together? And I know this should be blowing your top off. You see, if you follow this man and think this man is bringing out the truth, how could he be? He said he a bastard himself. He said his mother. So if his mother's a so-called white woman, that means first generation offspring of hers is him. So that means he can't come into the congregation. So saith the Lord. You understand? Deuteronomy 23, second verse, read on down, and it tells you if you're an Edomite, if you're a son or daughter born to an Edomite or an Egyptian, then you can come in the third generation. He is not in the third generation. Now, let's backtrack. Let's now understand fully how important it was for me to go back and rectify the 12 tribes chart video and make sure that correctly it is stated that it is not enough of a qualifier for one of your parents to be an Israelite to save your ass from being a bastard. You understand? Now look what we got going on with this guy right here. You see, he's a known bastard. He's a known subscriber to the notion that just the fathers. Okay, all it takes is the father. Now, might it be because that's all he has? He has a Negro father, so he says. Okay, so he say. You understand? That he subscribes to this notion that that's all it takes. Give it some thought. You see? Now, let me show you what I said in reply to him. I said, I'm on my own email now. First line, just so we can clear up that I happen to be on another one that he replied to. And I guess because he don't reply to known teachers of Israel, he didn't know that this was Radawa, destroyer of the Gentiles, getting at him on my father's email. Now let's go with it. I said, I'm on my own email now. That statement was crazy that you made. The book never says Joseph is the father. Thus, it ain't a matter of, as he says, it ain't a matter of quote unquote belief, as you put it, on that bastard thing. Now, wait, before I go on with my reply. Listen to this. He said, if you believe. So now, this nigga, Sakari, is placing into question the entire Bible. He said, if I believe the words that are in this book, that's what the words are that's in this book. It says, you a bastard if you're not born of both a mother and a father, Israelites. That's what the book say. But he says, if I believe that, do you see the crack pipe logic? And again, may you be warned. If you follow this man after you have heard this message and you know the Most High and his one and only begotten Son, they'll know. I might not know. Your next door neighbor might not know, but you will know, and the Most High will know that you got wind. Now, I'll read it again, my reply. I'm on my own email now. That statement was crazy. The book never says Joseph is the father. Thus, it ain't a matter of belief, as you put it. On that bastard thing, I feel you. We may well all be dirty. But you, Sakari, you know for a fact you are a bastard. Is that not righteous ground for recusal? That's what I asked him. Is that not righteous ground for recusal? Such would be the righteous thing to recuse yourself, I'm saying. This way, you lead not by ill-fated example and injure one of these little ones. I've told you before, I do this because I was commanded to do this. Get out there, see if I can find a man. See if I can compel them to come in. As it relates to why it's such close to my heart is because I'm here to protect those that cannot protect themselves. We're not all going to be gifted by the Most High to know the scriptures, to be able to deliver the message unto Israel the way it's got to be delivered. And I pride myself in believing I can bring you this message with the fervor of the Most High and His one and only begotten Son. That's what I strive to do. I hope you receive it. Many people on my channel say that's why they follow it. They trust I'm bringing it out the way that the Most High and His Son would bring it out, or it was meant to be brought out. Now, getting past that. What do you say is real to this? This Sakari guy blasphemed the Hamashiach Yahushai and said he was a bastard. All right. Now, I'm waiting right now for whoever it is that's going to try to fall in here and support this blasphemous notion with scriptures, because it's already blasphemy for you to say what the book don't say. The book never says Joseph is the father. You put this shit together, those of whom this applies to. You see? Now, let me go to my notes. Now, we already know uh, that we are to love each other like we love ourselves. If you follow the law of the Most High, yet you see one of your brothers and sisters and they are not, and you just let that ride, you are not loving them like you love yourself, because you loved yourself enough to be fearful of the Most High and follow His laws, but you let your brethren and your not do it. That's not loving. That's why these are the top two most important greatest commandments. So says Yahushua. All right, now see, that's why this man teaches this stinking ass 12 tribes chart, because he a bastard. And he's speaking to all these bastards, or these people that are at best bastards, Hispanic type people and Latinos. Yeah, they might have had a Negro father or mother, but they don't have both. And if they don't have both, they are not Israel. You understand that? But of course, he teaches they are Israel. Now, maybe we understand why this is. Now, this is confusion. You understand? Saying Hamashiach Yahushai is a bastard. I mean, if this does not enrage you, you don't love the Most High. You don't love His one and only begotten Son. You are asking to die. You are asking to be left out of the kingdom. How can Hamashiach let your ass in and you say he is a bastard? Answer me that. Is that not the greatest crack pipe logic you have ever heard? You see, if we wanted to work with this man, show him some love, because as I told him, we might all be dirty. We don't know. We don't know. If your great-great-grandmother was a real Israelite and had some dealings with who she thought was a black man, and he was dirty, that their children is gonna be dirty, and their children's children gonna be dirty bastards until that third generation. If it's an Egyptian, and like hell, how you gonna get your hands on an Egyptian over here in America in slavery? Or Edomite, a white man, okay? Then it's possible in that third generation. So saith the book, 23rd chapter of Deuteronomy. Okay? Now, let's see. Because basically, this was his retort, his way to justify being a bastard. Hey, that's a simple question. Are you supposed to be teaching if you know for a fact you're a bastard? He knows for a fact he is a bastard. I might be. You might be. We okay? That's just the reality of this. Now, let me say this. The Most High is going to have the final say. So we all know that. He can do whatever he wants to do. But we ain't getting into that. We are supposed to bring out the word of this book. And that is it. There is no private interpretation. You see? Now, this man has justified being a bastard by saying that means priests and kings and Hamashiach Yahweh Shai the Christ himself are bastards. Is this not blasphemy at its highest level? Okay? And no, I ain't getting into no scriptures. This is a message to Israel about considering what this whole thing is about as we get to, as many of us look to accept this stinking ass 12 tribes chart. You know in your gut that these goddamn Mexicans and these cracker looking Hispanics and Latinos, they ain't our people. You know that shit in your heart. And soon as you find out you the chosen people of the Most High, some asshole tells you to scoot your ass over, that you got to share your glory with some other people who did not share in the ass whooping. You see, Yahweh put an ass whooping. He said he repaid us double. Where were these people? Were they picking cotton in the fields? Were they getting the skin stripped off the bone? You understand that? Were they with yokes of iron around their neck? Do they have to get in one of all things? Do they have to go to their oppressor? Who is the Mexicans' oppressor? These white people, these white-looking bastards down in the islands, call themselves Latinos and Hispanics. Who is their oppressor that they have to go to in one of all things? Answer the question. Because that's what the curses of Deuteronomy tell us. They will be a sign and a wonder. That's how we know who we are. We didn't think this shit up on our own. It ain't because Hitler told our ass. You see? Now, you see, and again, think critically. He said, if I believe, he's saying to me, if I believe the words of this book, well, what the hell am I supposed to go by? If not the words of this book. You see how twisted this shit is? You know, I'm gonna tell you something, Israel. I'd be done with your ass if you could hear this message and still say, oh no, I'm gonna follow that man anyway. I'm gonna still follow this 12 tribes chart bullshit anyway. You are asking to die. You understand that? Now, I ain't gonna keep you hostage forever. The point is abundantly clear and well made that this crack pipe logic has taken over the mindset of this man here and anybody else who also espouses this way of thinking and prescribes to this whole stupid ass notion. Subscribes to that shit. Listen, it should be over right now. And if it ain't over, may I check your temperature? Because you got to be under the most serious fever ever given unto a man. Okay? Now, hallelujah. Ba'ashem Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Listen up, Israel. We praise Yahweh in the name of his one and only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, not Jesus Shai. You see? And the message here, wake up out of this foolishness. It defeats the purpose of you having come into your identity, come into the goodness of the Most High God, to fall back, to fall away, and resort to this kind of thinking. This man tried to clear up, justify him being a bastard and still teaching, still calling himself an Israelite, still acting like he going 100 for this thing when he knows he's a bastard. He had to bring in the kings, the priests, and the ultimate king of Israel, Hamashiach Yahushai. Now have fun with that. You see, go into your mind, have fun with it as you kick it around in your mind as to how you could possibly show this man some love and leniency. Crackpot logic. Until we meet again, Lord will, I will be back. And we'll find out what kind of other bullshit is on the wise in Israel. Okay? And no need. You think I was pissed before. How you think I feel now? How pissed might I be now that we got a reprobate on the loose, blaspheming the very man that he teaches about every day? Did you ever teach before this moment here where you replied to me, Mr. Sakari, Mr. High Priest? There is no high priest. Have you ever taught before that Yahushua was a bastard? I'm just asking. I don't know. If you have, you have. If you haven't, you just bringing it out now? All you people who are subscribers to this man's channel, ask yourself, have you ever heard this man before tell you how Mashiach, who he preaches extensively, was a bastard, a mamzer? Did you know that? Did you know that's what this man thought? That's what you got to ask yourself. Critical thinking is what we do on this channel. We put it all to the test because the truth will stand up to any test and pass it with flying colors. You see? There it is. Until I can get back to you. Halawaya Ba'Shema Mashiach Yahushai one more time. Israel, hear me.